Pelle here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the Y2K CRT effect. This is probably, yeah, it has to be one of my favorite effects I've made for this whole channel. Like, I'm excited, really excited about this one. This is better than my like original CRT tutorial. I'm excited, that's all I'm gonna say. If you guys don't know, I have a website called editingvisuals.com where I have a lot of editing packs that's going to help you out with your editing. So if you guys want to level up your editing game, be sure to check out the website. Now let's get into the tutorial. So here I'm in After Effects. I've added a footage of Pink Panthers and Ice Spice here. We're going to start off by making a adjustment layer by pressing Ctrl-Alt-Y. That's the shortcut for making a adjustment layer. And we're going to start off by adding a grid. I'm going to just change the size from to width and height sliders. And yeah, when creating CRT effects, I would say the grid effects it's basically the key effect to creating one. And yeah, you can use some other effects to create it, but I think this has the best look, not gonna lie. This has the most realistic CRT look when you use this effect, what I've tried so far. So yeah, but here we're going to adjust the width here. I'm going to drag it down a little bit to 8, and then set the height to 14. So we get these kind of stretched pixels here, so they're not like square, they're basically a little bit stretched. After that, I'm going to be decreasing the border size a little bit, so I'm going to set it to 4. So you guys can see the white area here is basically the border. So if you drag it down to 0, it's going to be no border. This is 1, but I'm going to keep it at 4. And after that, press invert grid. So now the squares are going to be white and the borders are going to be black. So it's going to look something like this. It looks like pixels now. Now we're going to go to blending mode, and here we're going to choose overlay. So it's going to look something like this here. This already looks pretty solid, not gonna lie. But I'm going to add, of course, a little bit more effects. So we're going to be adding 4 color gradient to this. And to get that, you know, Y2K style to this, I'm going to use a little bit more pink, purple kind of colors here. So I'm going to use this pink color here, and I'm going to basically copy it to all of the other color positions. And then on blending mode, I'm going to choose hue. So this color is going to be showing on the colorful parts in your clip. So for example, Ice Spice's hair here, the orange hair there, it's going to pop a lot of the pink purple kind of color there. After that, to make a even more Y2K effect, we're going to be adding sapphire glint to this. So that's going to create the glints, the glitter kind of look here. And I'm going to decrease the brightness to 0.4, and then go to brightness details, and then change the scale color to, so I'm going to go a very bright pink purple color here, and I'm going to increase the threshold blur to 7.5, just a tiny touch there. After that, add mosaic, increase the horizontal and vertical blocks to 750, and this is just so I don't ruin the pixelated look we already made here. After that, I'm going to be adding fast box blur, increase the blur radius to 1.5, so now it's a little bit blurred. After that, add unsharp mask, increase the amount to 200, and then the radius to 4. And after that, add sharpen, and I'm going to increase it to 75. So this is how it's going to look. A pretty cool Y2K CRT effect. I'm going to add some textures here from my Y2K effects pack to make it even more cool in my opinion. So I'm going to start off by roto brushing your clips here. And if you don't know how to roto brush, I made a tutorial on it, which will be linked in the description. So these are my roto brush here, these 2 roto brushes. And you're going to be duplicating the clips by pressing Ctrl-D on both of them. Then you're going to be deleting the roto brush effect in the background, so you guys get the background back basically. And then you're going to be deleting the roto brush effect on the bottom layer on both of the clips, so you guys get the background back. Now here I'm in the textures for the Y2K effects pack. I'm going to go to the bonuses. I'm going to be using the pink crosses. I'm going to drag that one in. I'm also going to be adding the galaxy stars. Drag that one in as well. Let's start off with the pink crosses here, which I think looks really good in my opinion. And you're basically going to drag it down between the clips here, so you guys get it in the background like that. I'm gonna change the blending mode to lighten or screen. If you use screen, you get a little bit of the glow that's left, which I think looks really good. And if you guys, use the Y2K CRT effect we made, it's going to look something like this. Really fire in my opinion, really good. Like, this is crazy good. So I'm going to be just animating the texture a little bit, because it's a little bit stiff. It's like the crosses are moving, but I'm going to be animating the whole texture basically. So if you go to the scale settings here, I'm gonna start off by setting it to 120. Keyframe the scale, go to the end of the clip, set it to 100. Then you can mark the keyframes, press F9, open the graph here, make a graph like this so we have some flow to the animation here. Looks nice. I'm going to be animating the rotation a little bit, so I'm going to start off going maybe plus 9 degrees in the beginning and set it to 0. Mark the keyframes, press F9, then make the same kind of graph here we did before. It's going to look something like this now, very clean. And you guys can see it has some gaps here at the corners because, you know, we're rotating the footage. So I'm going to be using motion tile on this, increase the output height. I'm gonna set it to a little bit more than needed, so 200, and then press mirror edges, and then it's going to fill out those gaps basically, which is pretty good. So now we got our little animated crosses here. Looks very, very cool in my opinion. And then for the next clip here, I'm going to be using the galaxy stars. So if I drag it in between the layers here, then I'm going to be pressing Ctrl-Alt-T to change the time remap. Then I'm going to go to later in the clip, increase the time a little bit so these stars might have to adjust later, but I went like 3-4 seconds forward in the time remap there. After that, press F9, go to the graph, make a graph like this so it has a little bit of impact and flow to it. That's a little bit too fast in my opinion, so I'm going to decrease the time. So I got it at 4 seconds, I'm going to decrease it to 3 seconds instead. And then open up the graph again, just drag these down a little bit, and it's going to look something like this. Pretty clean in my opinion. The only thing you gotta do here, as we did with the other blending mode, just go to blending mode, change it to screen, and we get this cool look here. And then when we add the Y2K CRT effect, it's going to look something like this. And this is how the Y2K CRT effect is going to look even better when you add these Y2K textures from my Y2K effects pack. And if you want to check this pack out, I'm going to give you guys a discount code. It's going to be Pelle. If you use that code, you guys will save $5 on that pack. But yeah, if you guys like this tutorial, don't forget to check out my website, editingvisuals.com, where we have a bunch of editing packs that are going to help you out in your editing. Also, don't forget to check out our socials, join our Discord server, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care and have a nice day.